Welcome to week four's update for the Crunchy Frog strategy. So if you're new here, this is a test match cricket strategy where we are following some stats from a Twitter account called Crunchy Frog. Now, Crunchy Frog basically puts out some stats on a few different sports, but we are following his cricket test match figures. So he puts out essentially one graph or one table here that talks about laying the draw, backing the dog, laying the second favourite, backing the favourite, etc. And you can see that backing the draw has a terrible, terrible result over the last 17 years, whereas you could lay the draw and you would have been in front. Same with backing the dog or backing the favourite. So he's also done this for the teams, and you can see there that some of the teams which are a little bit lower in the ranks, West Indies are ranked 8th, New Zealand ranked 5, Bangladesh ranked 9, tend to end up in a profit, given that their odds are fairly good. Now, you could just back the away side here, you could back any of those teams. I'm backing both the away and home side and just ignoring the draw, which is the same as laying the draw, but it will be a lot more variable given that you're going to have one team at $1.20 and another team at $8. We're looking for those underdogs to win those matches and get us those big jumps up in the profit. But I am also following just laying the draw so you can see how that performs as well. Okay, so games completed this week. We had England versus India on the 2nd of July. That game, India did cause the upset, so we ended up going quite well there with the stake of 150. And the second game there was West Indies versus Australia. Again, we won there on the lay the draw, but we lost in that instance on Australia being less than $2 odds. So we outlaid $150 on West Indies and $150 on Australia, and we ended up losing because Australia did not cover the amount outlaid for that game, being under $2. The last game there was Zimbabwe versus South Africa. Again, laying the draw would have won, but we backed South Africa and Zimbabwe, and South Africa was very short at $1.24, so we ended up losing money on that game. So if we have a look now, we've outlaid $1,900. We've won 2 matches. We've lost 6 matches. The current profit loss there is $270.20. The draw laying it has come up at $35 profit if you had just laid the draw. And that's after we had a few losses to start off with, so that's recovered quite nicely. But we do need an underdog to actually get a big win there in order to jump that profit loss backing the 2 teams. So the next stakes that we will be following from any games from today on are a $300 per team on backing the home and away sides, and we will now go back to just laying a liability of $50 on the draw. Okay, so games that are currently happening. We've got England versus India. It started on 10th of July. Now, providing England or India win that, we will end up in front. We did stake $200 on that, and we did do $50 on laying the draw. And that essentially, because we got odds of above $2, we should end up in a profit, providing we end up winning that. Now, that game is in day 3. It's currently looking like it might be heading for a draw. We'll have to see how everything turns out over the next couple of days. West Indies versus Australia, that started basically about 12 hours ago on the 12th of July. The odds were $6.07 for West Indies. It was $1.24 for Australia. and $14 for the draw. Again, we had a stake of $200. Australia currently looks like they're doing okay in that game, although batting quite slowly. The draw out at $14 is quite long. We won't make much for our $50 liability. Now, there's no more upcoming games at the moment that I can see, so I'll have to keep an eye on what is coming up and get those bets on where we can. And just lastly, there'll be a bit of a pause while I'm unavailable for the next couple of weeks while I am on holiday. That means there will be no more updates on this. If there are any matches, I will place the bets and do an update when I return. But right now, I won't be able to get any updates out to keep you up to date on the progress of how this is going. Okay. If you are following, good luck. Laying the draw is obviously much more consistent. We can see that because it's in profit, whereas the other one is going to be much more variable. But when it hits, we're going to jump a fair few dollars in the progress. So if we hit something at $6 and we've got $300, $400, $500 on it, it's going to jump up quite radically and beat the laying the draw, but we'll have to see how it goes. Got to follow it for a lot longer than 4 weeks to see the progress, but the drawdown at the moment is quite manageable at less than $300. Okay, thanks everyone. If you are following, good luck. If you do already follow this, I know many people do lay the draw. Good luck in your bets, and look for another video in about 2 weeks. Thanks everyone.